Alright, so when it comes to the schedule at Big House, yeah, I would say it had quite a few issues that I also brought up to the TOs before the tournament started. So every day it started at 10 a.m. and it finished off at roughly 11 p.m. And then some people might say, oh, 10 a.m., that's pretty late for a regular work. Alright, first off, most regular works, you don't finish at 11 p.m. Second of all, most regular works, you don't have to warm up before you go to work. I worked before Melee. I didn't have to warm up before I went into my office. I could walk in being pretty tired. I could have a, you know, mediocre day, and it didn't really make a difference. That's how it is on many works. Of course, it is exceptions. It is exceptions. But that's how it works on many working places. That you don't have to show up hours in advance to warm up before your workday starts. And you can be tired and it doesn't really matter. When you compete in something though, that's a huge ass difference. Like, everyone is trying to play as close to 100% as possible. Or even exceed 100%, like reach a new 100%. Play the best they've ever done. So, yeah, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Tropic Dota, thank you for the resub. 21 months. Is honestly a very bad idea. It's an even worse idea when you had it between day 1 and day 2 as well. So, for future tournaments, I don't think that should be a thing. And even before people say 11 hours is a lot, not really, because the moment the tournament is over, you don't fall asleep. And the moment the tournament starts is not when you have to wake up. Like, after teams, on day 2, me and Andrew, we literally went straight back to the hotel. Not any conversations with anyone. And, you know, take a quick shower. And even then, it was extremely hard to, like, sneak in, like, 8 hours of sleep. I didn't even get 8 hours. And then, if you're a person that wants to warm up as well, then time is, like, even less now. So, and the thing is also, at the very least for me, I can't speak for everyone here, but at least for me personally, when I've had a very long day at a tournament, you play tournament matches all day, you have had people coming up to you all day asking for like pictures, autographs. It's a lot going on in your mind, and for me personally, it's much harder falling asleep when you have had a very long and exhausting day, rather than a normal day. If I try to go to sleep now, it's gonna be much easier for me to fall asleep within 5 minutes. But at tournaments, when so many things have happened during the entire day, it takes me longer time to fall asleep as well. And I talk with a lot of people, and like, everyone as far as I remember, seemed to agree that the schedule was too rough on the players. And I hope we can have that fixed for future tournaments, because it's been an issue for years, to be honest. And the thing is also that some players might say that they had to do this, the tournament was so big. As far as I'm concerned, if you put the priority on the players, that doesn't add up. Because, so Melee started at 10 a.m., right? Day 3. And roughly between 2 and 3 p.m., everyone was qualified for top 8 at different points in time. HBox and Leffen was the first to qualify. I think that was roughly around 2, slightly earlier maybe. I qualified 10 minutes past 2 or something. And I guess the last people qualified at like 3:15, something like that. So you had somewhere between 4 to 5 hours of a break before top 8 started. And the thing is, they had Wii U top 8 played during these 4 or 5 hours. And then some people might say that, oh, they don't want to like have a crossover like between Wii U and Wii U and Melee. Like, oh, they don't want to steal viewership from each other. But if that's your argument, then you are not putting priority on the players. You are putting the priority on either the Twitch viewers or the streamers. And I'm not saying that neither of these deserve any sort of priority, but when it comes to people playing Melee or Smash 4 for that matter at the highest level, you should respect the players more. Of course, the viewership is really important for our game, and the streamers, they are doing a fantastic job, but when you have such rough schedules and then you say that the players have the priority, then you are lying. Then it would be better to say that we put main priority on the stream or the stream viewers. Or both maybe. But at least be honest about it. That would at least make it easier to like handle this issue. But if we're gonna like put our heads in the sand and be like, oh, this is the case, when you're clearly not upfront about all of this. So maybe for future tournaments we should have like some sort of like guidelines for TOs, that these many hours between like day 1 and day 2 and day 2 and day 3. And I'm not saying that 10 AM starting time and 11 PM has to be bad. It turns into a bad thing when the same players start the earliest and ends the latest. That's when it becomes an issue. But let's say you have like an early wave on day 1 and then you don't really play anything after that, and then you have an early wave the next day, then that's not an issue. But it turns into an issue when you have to play super late and play super early. And even more when you have to do it multiple days in a row. And I just feel like a lot of TOs, they haven't really been thinking about that enough, because for them it's like, oh, you have 11 hours. Like, they don't seem to understand that it takes a lot of time to do a lot of the other things as well. Especially warming up. Like, warming up obviously is well different for some players. Some players are fine with half an hour. Some people want like 1.5 or maybe 2 hours. And of course we can't have like unlimited period of time for a break. But a lot of people were pretty upset about the schedule. I should know because I talked about this a lot at Big House before the tournament, and I talked to the TOs. I talked to multiple players that also agreed to it. So at the end of the day, I just want us to get a good solution moving forward. Like, this is not the first time, and it probably isn't the last time, but I hope it's close to the last time, because I just want to give every player that actually plays at the end of the tournaments to feel like they have a higher chance to play as good as they possibly can. So, and in before people say that this is an excuse of me losing at Big House, I have talked about this for a long time to begin with. And second of all, like, I've said for a long time as well that my last set against Plop at Summit was no indicator of how good he is. Plop is an amazing player, and it was a matter of when, not if, he would beat me. But I am looking forward to a rematch. I'm pretty sure it'll be fun, and I'm pretty sure people will be excited about that. So, yeah, should be sick.